Hello, I'm Christian and I'm working for Full Stack Energy. And in this video, we will be talking about OCPP, a boot notification message. So basically what I have here is I have a simulator, so I can connect to my central system, which is a ChargeComplete backend there. And what I will do is I will send a boot notification. So basically this simulator has been written by me, so I kind of control what I'm sending. Normally this will be implemented on the charger. So charger has information about itself, and boot notification kind of tell the central system that the charger is on. So basically it boots and then send a notification to central system. So if you go here, we have two messages there. As I showed on the previous example, on the previous video, I used the same example. This is what we sent from our simulator, which is a charger, and this is what we got a response from the central system, which is ChargeComplete. So what is actually happening here? So I will go to my IDE. And this is what we also discussed in the previous video. So we sent a request, and that's a call. This is our response. Then we have ID. Then we have a name of the method. So name of the method, which is an action in OCPP, we have boot notification. And this is the payload, so data that I send there. So how do we know what to send for each action? We need to go to the official documentation. So I have OCPP 1.6 edition 2 PDF open here, and if you scroll down, you will have table of contents, and you will need to find the method. So basically you have boot notification here, and we can go to that page here, and basically this will kind of explain what boot notification is for. So basically boot notification happens when you start on your charger. Your charger is connected to the power, and it's kind of boots up and the system is online. And once you set up a connection URL, and in our case we have connection URL to our backend, which is our central system, that is chargecomplete.com, and you usually configure that on a charger. So you have like connection URL there. So once you have in your charger that connection URL, the first thing what the charger is supposed to do is to send a boot notification. So if we go here to the documentation, we have boot notification rec and boot notification conf. So basically this is a method or values that we'll need to send to central system. So from the charge point to central system, and then conf is from the central system back to the charge point. So let's take a look at that. So boot notification here, and this rec, that means it's a request sent from the charger. We have a few values here, and you can scroll down, you can see more values there. So basically this is the name of the value. This is a type, and then you have a description, and it's either optional or required. For boot notification request, you have two fields that are required. You have chargePointModel, and you also have chargePointVendor. This is what you need to provide. So going back to IDE, this is basically what we have. When we have our simulator, which is basically mimic the charger, is for the boot notification, we send ChargePointVendor and ChargePointModel. So ABB, I set it as a fixed value here, ABB and Terra as a charger, but normally the charger will send information about itself. So going back here, ChargePointModel and ChargePointVendor, this is what I sent because this is required. You could include more information. You can have a box serial number, you can have a point serial number, and then you can have firmware version, ICC ID, IMSI, and so on. So basically all of that information you can send it. Basically the idea of having boot notification is to send information about your charger to central system. So let's take a look what is in the central system at the moment. I'm using ChargeComplete here as a central system. I have from a simulator, and I can click on edit here, and I can see actually properties. So the vendor ABB and model Terra here has been populated from that boot notification. Normally your central system doesn't really know what kind of charger you have. Like you might have a different setup on your central system that you can set it manually, but the best way to set it up will be to receive the boot notification and receive that kind of information. So you can see you have other information here as well, but the main idea is the vendor and model is actually coming back from the boot notification action. Okay, so let's take a look what's in the So this was request. Let's take a look what's in the actually confirmation here. So here we have three things, and all of them are required. So we have required, required, and required. So we need to, the central system needs to respond to that call, to that boot notification with current time, interval, and status. And you can have a kind of explanation what they are in here, and you have a field type of what they're supposed to be. So let's go back to ID, and this is the response we have from charge complete. We have, this is a call response, we have the same ID as here, and then we have a payload. So payload have the three fields that are required: current time, we have a status, and we have interval. So interval is basically what time that we are expecting that we will hear back from the charger, and after that time we can consider this charger is offline. Status is actually telling us if we accept this boot notification or not, and I will show you that in a second what are the available options are. So here we have current time, which is basically you are sending your central system current time, and in that way you can compare the current, like charger will have a way to adjust its time based on the time of the or the time zone of the central system, or you can have implemented a way to sync your time with the central system time. So these three information as in the documentation are provided here from our central system as a response to our request. Going back to the documentation here, you can see here a status, it's registration status. You can click on this one, or we can copy that, and we can try find where that has been used. So registration status, we can click on this one, and we have different values that we can provide. We can have it accepted, pending, and rejected. And we have a description of how and when that should be done. So we send it accepted, as ChargePoint is accepted by central system. So this is what we actually send, but you can also reject. So if you do not accept any charge point because of the token is not right, or maybe because you don't support that kind of model, then you can send the rejected. So basically it's telling back to the charger, or in our case simulator, like here, if we go to simulator, it's basically telling us this is what we sent, and then we got accepted here. That means our simulator say, okay, we're good to go, we have central system that accept our request, and we send that kind of information there. So I send a model and vendor here. So that's boot notification. That's one of the basic messages that we send in OCPP, and primarily this is done for letting know the central system of the charger that we are trying to connect to. If you have any questions, please let me know in a comment. Thank you.